evening, everyone. Welcome to another Sunday edition of Conversation with a Love Crusader. If you're coming across this platform for the first time, it's called Conversation with the Love Crusader, and it is the platform where we have conversations around love, life, and relationships. So, um, we are live on YouTube on all of our platforms. Very easy to look, find us. Search the Love Crusader. It's a Love Crusader on YouTube. It's a Love Crusader on Facebook. It's a Love Crusader on Instagram and on TikTok. Today we have a very, very interesting topic for you. It's the singles month in the month of March. Last week we talked with some one single because the other person was married. Let me not come and call both of them single. We had a single sister here last week, and we had a very, very interesting conversation about marrying up or down. I got so many feedback. People were saying it's the first time they were hearing about hypergamy, and so we heard of hypergamy and hypogamy last week. I was the name is still hard because even me, I never heard of it until we started the research. Um, so today we're talking about long and short courtship. So, like we said, it's the singles month this month. So we're talking about things that will help our singles for this month of March. Not every time we talk about marriage and married people. And Titi Layo is in the house with me today to crush this matter of long and short courtship. We want to discuss it. Which is better, if there's anything like one being better? What is the advantage of short courtship? What's the disadvantage of long courtship, if there's advantage or disadvantage? Does long or short courtship affect success of marriage? Does it determine whether the marriage will be successful or not successful? And when is it too long? Can it be too long or can it be too short? So let's get into it. Meanwhile, if you've not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please go subscribe and share. Tell your friends about this platform because you will be helping someone who needs to hear one or two things that we are sharing here. All right, Titi, courtship. Let's start. What is courtship, first of all, so people can understand what we're talking about before we start talking about long or short? What is courtship?
Well, I think I'm not sure if I'm the right person to answer this question because a lot of people say that um, courtship is different from dating. So
Okay.
like yeah, I'm not clear with regards to the difference.
Mhm.
you know, because I am of the opinion that, or I thought that when people date, whether it's long term or short term,
Mm.
the intention is to eventually get married.
Okay.
Even for those people that don't get married, the intention is to be married.
Later,
Yes,
the
or
long
to
run.
be together in the long run. Yes. So if you find yourself dating, I think that should, whether you are young, that's why, maybe that's one of the reasons why I don't subscribe, or I don't think it is okay to not start dating. But if you know you're going to be dating while you are young, then be ready to get married in the nearest future. That's my own assumption. So
So,
anyway,
okay. So, wait, I'm trying to understand the confusion here. The confusion is the difference between dating and courtship.
yeah, I've heard in many circles, where probably mostly in Christian circles, where
Okay.
they talk about dating as being, as if it's like dating is the small version, is like the playful version. So you hear people say we don't date, we do courtship, something like that.
Mm.
With due respect to everyone's views,
Mm.
um, for me, it's one and the same thing.
Mhm.
So, so I think dating or courtship is going into a romantic relationship with the opposite sex with the intention to get married, you know. So,
Um, okay. I think my understanding of it might be more to the other side of what you're looking at it in. And I don't know whether each or any of us is correct too, but the way I see it is when people are still dating, they are kind of still looking at themselves, getting to know themselves, still exploring who are you, who am I, are we compatible? But courtship is I have now agreed that I'm in an exclusive relationship with you and we are going to get married. So it is possible that someone can date 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 men. For
oh
example, like
wow.
when she or he is still testing the waters. And what I mean by dating is you go out with this person. I'm not talking about it in the worldly way of maybe sleeping around though. So you go out with one person, for example, you go to a restaurant, you eat, you get to know yourself. Because I'm trying to understand, I'm trying to think about it to say, if you don't even date, how do you even know this person to know whether they are right or wrong?
Well, I'm a bit confused with the idea, with the phrase of exclusivity, if that's the
Okay.
word, being exclusive, because I feel that that is the uh, preserve or the area of dating or courtship. I don't believe that you should date. You can date more than one person because when you
No, no,
begin
I'm
to
not saying
date,
at the same time. Oh.
okay,
I'm
because
not
I feel
saying
like
dating more than one person at the same time. No, that would be
okay.
you playing games. I'm saying that it's possible that you dated one person maybe a month, 2 months, and then you discover, okay, we are not,
But,
compatible.
but that's my point. You don't have to date this person. I feel that once you're beginning to date someone, you're you're already in a relationship with that person with the intention of getting married. I feel that you can be friends with someone. So you can be at that friendship stage. You don't have to date because there's a difference between going out on a date and dating.
Lobato. Oh yeah,
Exactly.
help me. I
Because
think
when you
maybe
are
my own is
dating
maybe what I'm looking at is going out on a date.
on a
Explain
date,
to me.
yes.
Help
So
me.
maybe
Help me.
because when you are dating, as just as the word says, dating is an action, is something that is ongoing.
Okay.
So we can't go out on one date and say we are dating. Mm-mm.
Ah. Okay.
So boy meets girl, boy says, boy kind of does some kind of proposal in quotes and say, I like you, I like what I see. I think our vision and our values align. Um, I want to go into a relationship with you.
Can
That
that
is
happen?
dating.
Can that happen from one date?
No, that's what I'm saying. You don't
Okay.
even have to go on a date for that to happen. My point is, you can be
Okay.
friends with this person, or
Okay.
you should be friends with this person first.
Okay.
Get to know the person on a friendship level.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can now say, we've been friends for a while. I see you have these values. I see you've got this. I think it aligns with my own life. Do you want to go out with me?
Okay. Okay. So what you are explaining is that it should be from friendship to courtship, not
Yes.
from dating to courtship. Because
Well, for me, dating and courtship is just a matter of, or is a matter of words, really. I feel that they are one and the same thing. So I feel that it should go from friendship to dating or courtship, whatever, whichever term you want to choose to describe it. So I feel that dating is a serious process. Is like I feel like it goes from friendship to dating to marriage.
from friendship to dating to marriage, where
Yeah.
does courtship come in?
I don't know. That's my point. My point is I feel like it kind of overlap. For me, I think dating is courtship. So it's a matter of what the terms you use to describe it. So boy meets girl, they are friends for a while, or probably they've known each other from way back, and they reignite their friendship. And after a while, he feels like, she's still the way I know her, or she's even better now. Our values align. We are thinking the same way. Will you go out with me? Do you want to be my girlfriend? And she says yes. Dating has started, you know, with the intention of getting married. Because why? Because if I'm dating you, it's a lot of investment. I'm investing my time, I'm investing my money, I'm investing my brain. My life is shared. So if I'm going to do all of that, and you're now telling me that we have not started the real thing, come on now.
But okay, now, in the course of doing all of that, is it still okay to now be able to say, well, I think something has come up and I don't think we can continue. We started this with the intention to progress to marriage. But as it is now, maybe because this has happened or that has happened, I don't see continuity in it.
Well, that happens a lot in the dating scene. For one reason or the other, people feel like things have changed and they want to move on. But the original intention is to date to get married. Is to date to get married. So, and when they say talk about courtship, I'm not really sure. Just like maybe what you've explained now, they've agreed to be married. That means he has proposed to her. So, if he has proposed to her already and they've agreed, what is the engagement? I'm a bit confused. I don't understand.
So
you know.
now is that even if somebody has not proposed to you, I think there's a level that a relationship gets to where you both know that, now this is where we are going to. Like you
Mhm.
said, you now become exclusive. You're you're talking futuristic things. Your conversation is not just about we are going to ice cream, we're going to eat shawarma. You start talking about goals, future goals. You start discussing, you start
That's my
meeting
point.
family, for example, but
Exclusivity
it
starts
doesn't
from
mean
day one.
engagement. It's
I feel
you.
like exclusivity
It's
starts
very
from
hard.
day one. If we are going to, if we
Young
are
people
going to
will
eat
think you are hard.
shawarma, if we are going to go and eat shawarma, we are just friends. We are
Okay.
just, if our plan is just let's go and eat shawarma. Let me take you out now. You say, oh yeah, I'm free. Take me
At
out
that level,
now.
we are still friends.
My friends. There's no commitment on that level. So you have a group of friends, maybe female friends, and one of them you're like, babe, let's go out, let's go and eat shawarma or something like that. Like, okay, fine, let's go. We finish eating the shawarma, nothing serious, we go home. So we are at the friendship shawarma level, is friendship level. Yes. So if you now want to progress from shawarma level on one of those your outings, they are taking her to, probably in the midst of with friends or with one or two other people or whatever, however you guys fashion it, you now say, I like you. I like what I'm seeing, what you are the characters you're exhibiting, our values align, blah 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 blah. I think we can do life together, you know, or something like that. And you're like, would you want to be my girlfriend or something like that? I'm like, okay, fine, let's do this thing. I like you too. We are
Okay.
dating
Okay. One,
already.
one question before we start moving into, because we've not started the topic. We've
Mhm.
not started today's topic. Oh. Let's move.
Yeah.
Let's try and do quick. But there's a question that's coming to my mind from what you're saying. Is this a fixed process? Let's help our audience, because I know guys who never did all the let's date, let's go out, let's from day one. They came straight ahead to say, I like you, I want to marry
Mhm.
you. So is that wrong? Should there be
There's
the
also
shawarma first and the taking out and the movies and the romance and the chocolate and the should that all be first? Is it a
I think
process?
that's left to preference, really. Just like
Okay.
you say now, some people just move from some people who don't, they just move straight into dating, you know. Friendship develops, you know. It's like, but sometimes we may want to see these things, we view them in isolation. But the guy that is just coming and say, I like you, I want to date you, it doesn't happen like that. A lot of other factors are in play. So there's an interplay going on. So the guy that sees and say he wants to like you, he must have known you before. He can't just appear from nowhere.
Ah, there's love at first sight too.
I don't, again, maybe
Again,
that's this
today the
for
matter will
another
not
day.
finish. Titi does not
There
subscribe
is
to love
no
at first
such
sight.
thing.
I know that.
There's
Let's
no
not.
such. So let me just clarify for many people that may be watching. There is no such thing as love at first sight.
Lobaton.
There is falling in love at first sight. There's falling in love at first sight, but there's no such thing as love at
Oh
first
my
sight.
god! Oh my god!
So yeah,
Okay, okay. I like what Yomi has said here, and I think it's true. Um, Intentions have to be declared from the onset. Let's know where we are going. Let's know what we are doing, so that it's not that one person is just checking out the situation. Meanwhile, the other person is thinking, "Oh, I found a wife," or "I found a
exactly.
husband." And that usually happens sometimes. It causes a lot of wahala, like the word she used there. It
I
causes a lot of
agree.
problem when sister has been visiting this brother for so long and has been cooking food and carrying cooler. If you
You
remember
can't be
university
checking things
days,
out. You
you know,
cannot be checking things
remember
out. And
university days now, be cooking, be sending this, be sending that. Meanwhile, the person that you are having this conversation with, or you are doing all this for, is just seeing you as a fellow sister or as a friend, like Titi is saying.
I don't
But you
understand
sister
that.
have already planned wedding. So
You
intention.
cannot be checking things out. You can't be. You can't be in a relationship with me and be checking things out. You're wasting my time.
Abby.
I can't invest my time, my energy, my food, my money, my cooking skills on you. And you're telling me you are checking things out. We will state it from the beginning
Yeah.
that this relationship is going towards marriage. Then I can start investing my time with you. If you want to check these things out, then free me. Don't give me the impression as if we
We're
are an item.
exclusive. Yeah, we're
Yes.
together. I totally
So
agree
once
with
we
that.
start becoming exclusive, we are dating.
But
So it has to be clear like that. If we are not exclusive, we are just eating shawarma.
I think now I agree with that point totally. Let's make our intentions very clear. Are you
Mhm.
courting someone to marry them? Are you just checking things out? Are you just testing the waters? Are you ready for marriage? Do you want marriage? Do you know what marriage is about? Or do you just want somebody, to go out and eat shawarma? Like, many people don't, maybe some people don't know what shawarma is. Eat pizza. You want somebody to just go and eat pizza with, you want somebody to maybe have a good laugh with, and nothing wrong with that. Just
Mhm.
make that intention clear from the onset that, hello, I like you as a friend. We are reading buddies, we are prayer buddies. Ehen. Don't keep that sister on a high this thing and let her be wondering, where are we
And
going
that
with
sister
this.
too. That
And
sister.
sister, don't,
Why are you
when
cooking?
when
What
brother,
have they said? They
wait,
just
wait,
sneezed.
when brother has just greeted you,
He
you
just
start pricing
sneezed, and you're
wedding.
already
You start
cooking
pricing,
this
no, you
thing.
start pricing wedding girl.
Oh God, no, 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 no. You have to do better. You have to come up higher.
And
Come
then
on now.
when brother's wedding card come out, she'll say, "Oh, he broke my heart. Hello,
Hmm.
hello. What la la land were you living in? What did he say to you?" I know of a very young girl that, she was telling me the other day. I was teasing her about a particular guy, and she said, "No, mommy, we're not dating." And I'm like, what do you mean? He said, "Until a guy asks me officially and say, 'Will you be my girlfriend?' And I say yes, that's when we are dating. I don't assume that we are dating because he takes me to one restaurant or he buys me one present. I think that's a smart way of dealing
Yeah.
with it.
If
That's
he's taking
please."
you to restaurants and buying you present, maybe he's preparing to ask you. Up until that time when he does ask you, nothing. And then one misconception that most people have is the fact that you feel like you need to start dating early because you feel like you need to date multiple people before you can now eventually find someone to settle down with. That is a misconception. You don't really need to date multiple people. What you need to have is a lot of friendship. Have a lot of friends around you, people that you hang out
Male
with.
and female, make friends.
Yes,
Yes,
have a
build
lot of them.
friendships.
So it is from this group or this circle of friendship that you are building that you eventually pick someone that you would date and marry. So you
I
don't have
remember,
to
I
date
remember
like
my
that.
mom used to say to me when I was younger that, it's another age from where I come from, that a woman usually has 31 husbands and is the one on top that is the real husband. Just to say that there'll be a lot of people around you, coming
Mhm.
around you. It doesn't
Yeah.
mean they're all husbands or they're all going to be your husband. But what is not, what we need to be careful of is not to use our husbands as friends,
Mhm.
because that's another mistake people make. They friend zone the husband. They underrate that one that is always there, that friend that is always there. And for some, what they are looking for is Sokoto is in their Sokoto already. But they are looking at that one and maybe they've thought, "Ah, it's just like my brother. Me and him, we've come a long way. Oh. We are very close friends. He's just like a brother to me. And you, brother, you are not going, you are not
That's my
coming.
own. Oh. Hurry up, hurry up.
You are not
What
going,
you
you
have
are
to
not
do, do
coming.
quick.
If you know you have an intention, brother, say it. Speak
Yeah.
up. Tell sister what your intention is. Don't stay around her and be helpful and be there for her and be, everything for her. And then tomorrow you see a wedding card and then say, oh, she broke your heart. You did not say anything. Your intention must be well known. Okay, I think we've laid a good foundation, to start working with today. So if a man wants to be a husband, why not say so?
Okay.
Simple. Just come out and
Exactly.
say, I want to be a husband. I remember the time my husband said uh, he wanted to marry me. I said, no, uncle, that's not how they used to do it. Sir. His own was just straight. Bam.
Mhm.
Uncle, that's not how they used to do it now. I was on that say, Abba, at least you will date now. Take me out small now. Buy me small, do small, small romantic stuff. Before you now start asking to marry, you can't just, you know. He was so certain that this is the person he wanted to marry, So there was no,
And you know the kind of energy that kind of person comes with. He
yeah,
means business. So
yeah,
all this one you are saying, and date me and take me out, no problem. I will do it because the person is coming with intentionality. He knows what he wants already. He has seen what he wants. He knows what he wants, and he's going for it.
yeah. I think that's a message for guys. Let's be intentional about what we want. If you want to be a husband, just say it and mean it and actually do it. And don't start looking for A, B, C, D. This is where they get confused. I remember that I asked a particular guy some years back, I said, can you give me 10 qualities you're looking for in a woman? And he couldn't write down 10 qualities. And I'm sorry, for a long time, that guy was going from fat to slim, from yellow to black, from tall to short, because there was no certainty of this is what I am looking for. This is what I want. So I think for brothers, this is where we should begin from. Be sure of what you want before you go and catch somebody's child. Okay, let's come to long or short courtship. Let's
Okay.
agree now that we are now exclusive. We have decided we are going to marry. Should it be long or should it be short?
Hmm. Hmm. Well, I don't think there's any laid down rule regarding whether it should be long or short. I think is a factor of so many things. Is an interplay of so many factors that may be happening at the same time. So what stage of your life are you at? Are you in school? You know, are you really ready to settle down? You know, are you both of you in the same town? Are you looking to move to, it's just there's so much interplay. So those are the things that come into play
Mm,
when you are when you are when you're deciding. And most times people don't even decide that it's going to be a long or a short one, even for the serious ones that have an intention that okay, we need to get married and all. a lot of factors come into play. I remember when I wanted to get married. Um, okay, when my husband decided that he was very clear, like he wanted to be married at a certain age, he wants this, so he seemed to be clear about that. But I wasn't freaked out by that because I felt I wasn't in a hurry, So I just told him, well, I have to finish school first. I think there was no argument about that. Our what they call it now. I think our goals or our values kind of aligned. So we didn't really have long conversations about. It was clear that I needed to be done with school. So after he finished telling me his manifesto, and I'm like, oh, I'm like, that's fine, that's lovely, but I'm going to finish school first. Once I'm done with school, we can now start talking about. So it depends, and that took us to 4 years.
Hmm.
So probably if I had met him when I was done with school, already working, it may have been shorter, probably 2 years, 1 year. So major factors that come into play is clarity. Then sometimes age. That is assuming the fact that maturity comes with age. So most times the older you get, the surer you are, especially with women. You know what you want, you're not playing about, you don't have no time to waste time. So you already know what it is you want. Even for the guys too, the older they get, they become surer and surer. So for people like that, they don't really waste time. They see what they want, they go for it. And they are flying on a lot of experiences. Maybe they've been heartbroken before. Maybe they probably didn't speak up on time before. So based off of those experiences, there's no time to waste time. 1 year, we're ready. Even that 1 year itself is just because we need to put one or two things in place and we're ready to go. So it's just a combination of so many factors at play, really.
I like that. So, if the factors are all in economics, we'll say all things being
Being
equal.
equal.
Ceteris paribus. I remember that. In economics, all things being equal, let's look at what we can call, what should we first define as a short courtship and what should be defined as a long courtship.
Wow. I don't know if there's any specific definition, but because I've heard of people that dated for a couple of months, maybe 6 months, and they decide, oh, we're getting married.
Okay, let me just drum it home. If you were Titi, you're a mother, your baby is still growing sharp, but let's just use that as example. She comes home, my darling, beautiful, gorgeous Sophie. Mommy, I'm in love. I have met this guy. Not now, I mean when she's grown. I met this guy about 2 weeks ago, and I think he's the one. Would you say that's enough time for her to be able to say this is the one? Yes, go and get married.
Well, uh, the short answer is that's no time.
At all.
2 weeks is not a time. It's not
At all.
time. Eh, Considering what we're talking about,
Exactly.
considering looking at the fact that you're considering a lifetime, 2 weeks is
Yes.
no time.
That's why I'm asking the question, what time? I'm not saying we should fix a
So
time, but what time can we say this is too short? And what time can we say this is too long?
I think that people should date for at least like a year. I'm saying that carefully because I know that there are a lot of mature people, just like I was explaining earlier. There are a lot of mature people that know what they want already. So a situation where um, maybe you've been friends from way back, maybe there was some spark going on previously, and you kind of reunited again. You're not going to waste time, you know, especially if you've known the person a while. It just takes a while before you reconnect, get to understand this person. But on an average, I'll say like a year. Because even in situations like that, and it's not clear cut, but even in situations like that, there has been a gap has been created. You knew this person from way back. Now you are reuniting. Things have changed. Life is dynamic. So a lot of things have changed about them. So you need that time to get to know what they're about right now, what they're up to right now, what has happened, what has made you to stay this long, things like that. Understand them before you can now decide. You can decide from day one that this person, like for most men, that's the way it happens for them. This girl is the one, she is the one, but it still takes a bit of time. So I'll say about a year, because people can you can
When
you
is
can
it too
spend.
long? When is it
Sorry.
too long? When is it too long?
Ooh, ooh. Well, I can't even say. For someone like me, I dated for like 4 years.
Hmm.
So for some people, that is too long. Like that is too long. Again, I'm saying there's a lot of factors, a lot of interplay of factors.
Yes.
That was because I was in school and I needed to be done with school at least, you
Mm.
know. So if I wasn't in school, I'm working probably 2 years, you know. Um, but when we are, let's assume that your first year of uni, you meet this person and everything, and you're dating, you can decide just like me and say, I need to be done with school first before I can now. That can take you 5 years, you know. So you can't compare that with someone that is working, ready
Um,
to
so
set.
I'm going to ask a question that some people ask, especially in the Christian circle. And when I'm saying Christian circle, I'm talking about people who are talking about people who talk about purity in courtship, abstinence, and stuff like that. They would be like, isn't it better to put all those things right before you even begin to talk of marriage? Because if, for example, you're not ready, you still have school, you still have to look for work, maybe especially as a young man, you're still trying to find your feet. Should you even be dating? Should you be courting? Should you be talking to
Oh
someone
yes, you should.
child and be saying, let's start looking at the future when your future seems to be uncertain? Because sometimes this is what brings about situations where somebody now travels abroad, for example, and leaves another person's child waiting.
Well,
And
I don't
before you,
understand. I don't understand why you would propose to me and go abroad and leave me waiting. Is it that we're going to get? Yes.
but
Is
he's
it?
part of getting his things together. If
No, 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 no,
maybe
no.
you people,
See,
okay,
that's what I'm saying. Intentions need to be clear.
yeah,
Intentions need to be clear.
mhm,
And is it that you state your intentions right from the beginning,
yeah,
right? Or as things are unfolding, you are stating your intentions. And the person that are telling intentions too. Now he after dating for a year or two, you are saying that now I have to go abroad and do my masters and blah 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 blah. Then you have to make up your mind. Are you ready to stay back? I'm sorry, I can't stay back. I can't. Is it I will go together? Oh yes. You're not going to leave me here and go for 2 years masters and then tell me no. So it's either you temper that masters, hold it, help me to look for admission too, help me to raise money to, yeah, so that we can go together. So maybe whilst you are going for your masters, I've gotten my admission. I'm looking forward to then you can go, you can be going. I can come and meet you 6 months later. But to say that I'm here, I'm grounded here, and you are going for 2 years, you now
it's
pin me
risky.
down with
It's a
ring.
risky
No,
business.
sir. No, sir. It's not happening. It's not happening. If you really love this person, then you now have to. That's why they say if you're not ready, don't date. If you really love this person, you now have to start incorporating them into your life. It's no longer you alone, because dating process, you are trying to see how to bring another person into your space. So it starts from it takes a lot of commitment. That's why I say dating is a serious business. So it takes a lot of commitment. You have to start showing that commitment right now. So if you say you're committed to me, say that you pause your school that you're going and start thinking of how me too, I can start going to the school with you so that we can be in the same geographical location or something. But you cannot leave me 10,000 miles away, propose to me. with a ring and hold me down and tell me, no, it's not happening, sir.
Exactly. That proposed to me with ring is the thing. We
No,
then turned the lady to Lord of the Ring. I know a
no.
lady many years back that waited 8 years for a guy that left her and went abroad. And she waited and waited, and my guy never came back. In fact, that 8 year, it was somebody else who saw this guy abroad with his wife and children that came back and say, "Hey, auntie, you're still here waiting. Your guy, he has children now. He's moved on with his
Why
life."
would you be waiting for 8 years? What are you?
And
Why?
the guy will still call her mom, still greet them like, he and them still have one thing. And I'm like, what wickedness? What level of wickedness is this?
So if
Anyways,
you say you are going abroad to
mm,
make things, let's assume, I don't subscribe to that, but let's assume that's the situation you find yourself in.
yes,
So again, dating, the commitment in marriage, it starts from when you are dating.
exactly.
So if you know you truly love this person, you have to show that commitment. So I need to see you back here in another couple of months. I need to see you back where you kept me in another couple of months. Don't be calling me and be doing me video. No, I need to see you back here. If I don't see you back here in another couple of months, sorry, just be moving because me, I've moved. Those are the things you need to put these things in place because one person cannot hold another person's life to ransom and think, you can't. That is controlling. That's
Okay.
controlling.
Let's look at the reasons some people give for why they do long courtship. They say they really want to get to know this person. You know, if we don't cut for long, I will not really get to know this person very well. Is that a is that true?
What are the things you want to know, please?
Do you
I
need
want.
a long time to know someone?
No, it doesn't take that long to know someone because people can really pretend for a while. It's either while you are dating, you are busy eating shawarma, you are not paying attention. you know, it just takes a bit of time. No one can pretend for 1 year. You can pretend for 1 month. You can't pretend for 1 year. Now, let me explain. I don't understand why you say you've dated this person for 1 year and now realize, oh, he's that he's married already. I couldn't have dated you for 1 year if I was paying attention and not know that you're
Yeah,
married.
there are some things you
Because
definitely pick on.
yes, because in that space of 1 year, I should have met someone that knows
I
you.
know someone, yes.
I should have known your office. I should have met your family members if you're serious.
Mm-hmm.
There's someone would have given something away to make me think, oh, so even if his family is abroad, he's the only one here, his house is a single man's flat, blah, 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 blah. Where are his family members? Where are his friends? Where does he work? What kind of business does he do? So he can keep that act up for 1 month, 2 months, 4 months. I don't think he can keep that act up for 1 year.
Mm.
Something will slip. He will have to go and visit his family. He will have to spend time someplace else. Something has to give for you to know that, oh, this person is not a straightforward person. So you don't need that long time like that before you say, I really want to know. Even when you get married, you're still wanting to know. So what exactly are the things you want to know?
Exactly. That's my point. You see, because I just believe that you can never fully know someone.
Mhm.
Because you can be married to somebody for 20, 30 years and they will still do something that will shock you.
Yes.
You'll be like, where did this one come from today? So if you now say you want to know this person, that's why you are doing this very, very long courtship. And I'm careful to use the word very long, because some people think that once they put a ring on it, they put a ring in my finger, I'm already a wife. You're not a wife until the day you are married. You're not a husband until the day you are married. It's not about, everybody in his family calls me Yawowa, calls me their wife. Sorry, I'm speaking vernacular. The whole village
Our wife.
knows, our wife. The whole village knows that I am their wife. So
So they love me so much.
everybody loves
Everybody
you.
is in his
Eh,
family loves you
you
except
you
him.
you you are going there and cleaning. You are going there and doing, you know, housework for them. You but what is stopping you after that engagement, after that ring, after that commitment of, to say we are now in an exclusive relationship? What's stopping you from moving forward and going into marriage? That's the question you should be asking. We've seen people that they wear ring. Oh, for me, I think after the day you put ring, it should not be more than 6 months before you marry. Because before you buy that ring, I believe that you should have already started preparing the marriage in your mind.
Mhm.
Yeah, there should be indices to show that you are getting ready for marriage. And this marrying someone or engaging someone where you are not ready, when things are not clear, that's one I will never understand.
Hmm.
Why somebody will say, I'm going abroad, I'm going to for greener pasture, or I don't have a job yet, I don't even know where work will take me to, but let's start dating. Then
Mhm.
tomorrow, because now we're even talking about abroad, sometimes it doesn't need to be abroad. Tomorrow, the person gets a job, goes to Lagos, you are in Abuja, for example. The person is in Manchester, you are in Southeast England.
So
Then you are now four.
the main thing here is that um if this person, whether it's a he or a she, is serious about getting married, it would show. So you can't, once you make a commitment to want to get married to someone, you cannot get up and go anymore because you're already practicing for marriage. You're already rehearsing for marriage. So you cannot just, so when that opportunity comes and wants to take you far away, you now have to start considering the other person. So if he doesn't consider you, or if she doesn't consider you, so you guys have been dating for a while and she now decides she just got this wonderful opportunity, she has to go. It is the opportunity of a lifetime. She
Go
cannot.
together, go together. People of God, go
It's
together.
either you are going
Make a
together,
plan.
yeah. It's either you're going together or you are saying bye bye, you know. So she cannot leave you and fly 10,000 miles and say she doesn't even know. There's a way people talk when they want something. If you really want something, it
Yeah,
shows in your behavior.
yeah.
So don't tell me that I'm confused. I don't know. He said that he's doing it for us. Mm-mm. If a man really wants something, he will define
Men
all of
especially,
us.
oh, they will.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He will define all us and say and start figuring out a way. How do we make this thing happen? How do we do it in such a way that after 2 months or 3 months she's going to join me, or after, you know? So it
Let me
shows.
let me give you let me give you an example. I remember that I was dating someone very briefly, just like Titi was saying. So maybe I would say we were, what did you use the word? So we're not dating, we were doing what? We're
Or
going
is
out
it
on dates. We're going out on dates.
going on a date? Okay.
So I had this friend. Titi has corrected me that, so I'm going to friend zone this person. I had this friend that I really, really liked, and who was talking to me about marriage, of course. I never had anybody who was coming to me. Because where will you even see me? Well, let's put that aside. Anyway, so but he wanted to really, really go abroad. He wanted to travel out of the country. And I remember my mom saying to me, "Hmm, this relationship, oh, I don't want anybody to engage my child here and go abroad and this and that and that." But I was quite smitten with the guy. I was not listening. After a while, the guy himself now says to me, I don't think I'm ready for marriage now. I want to go abroad. I want to go be this and be that and do this and do that. So if you find someone and you're ready to marry, better to marry. It was very painful to me because I felt like, now, what my mom said has happened.
Hmm.
It's more respectful. I kind of now respect that somebody can be truthful enough to say, whoa, let me not waste your time. I am not ready. I always say that life is simple. We complicate it. Let me not waste your time, sister. Me, oh, I'm not ready. And I think 1 year or so down the line, so me, I saw somebody that was ready. I married and I moved on. So better to be truthful. I know sometimes there are people who say, oh, I don't want to miss this person. And I really, really feel this is the right person for me. Like somebody will say, one pastor that some people might not like him because he's very, very frank when he talks. He said there's nothing like love of your life. There's nothing like soulmates. It's nothing like if you did marry A, you would have married B.
That's it.
The choice to marry A, the person you're with now, is your choice. It's a choice. And it doesn't mean if you had not married that person, you would never have married someone else.
Mm-hmm.
So there's
That's
nothing like, oh, this is my soulmate. They tied us together from heaven before we came to earth.
so soulmates are created.
Hmm.
So you
But
create your
did you
soulmates.
say you create your soulmate?
So
Ah,
you
it's not
can
it's
get
not
married.
ordained. It's not
Yeah,
divine.
exactly. It's not divinely.
It's not a spiritual matter.
It's not spiritual at all. You create. That's the way you create a wonderful marriage.
Hmm.
That's the way you create a soulmate.
Ah, I read another one today. Oh.
So
Yeah, I thought that we used to bring soulmates from heaven, that they used to
no,
tie our destiny together. So we must always be
we
tied.
we tie our destiny here on earth.
But but they took rib from Adam and used to make Eve now. I used
Hmm.
to hear people say, "Don't go and carry bone that is not your own." You know that there's that bone that was taken from you to create a woman, and if you miss that woman, that was, So is that not soulmate?
No, that's not it. I
Anyways,
think we know better now. We know better now that I think there was a phase in the in Christian settings where that was
that
reigning.
was the sermon.
Yes, so I think we know better now. So we
Bone,
know
bone of
that
your bone,
almost
flesh of your flesh.
uh, there are a lot of
Okay.
soulmates that are suffering in
Ah,
silence now.
it is na the soulmate that suffer in silence,
Ah,
and their souls they need redemption.
they are
May the
not
Lord
mates
have
at all.
mercy.
Though. One is more senior than the other. So yeah,
Oh, may God have mercy on us in Jesus' name. Okay, let's move on. The last part of this conversation, what I really want to ask is, does it affect, and I'm really, really keen on talking about this, does it affect the success of a marriage?
I think
Long or short
mm,
courtship? Does it affect the success of a marriage in the long run?
this is one of those situations where it is a matter of quality, not quantity. So if I date you for 5 years and we are just busy eating shawarma,
You and this shawarma, eh? Was making shawarma, no was by okay, let's go, let's move on.
I don't even eat shawarma. That's the
Okay,
problem.
funny enough.
Well, so if you are dating for those 5 years and all you do is just go out, and it happens in some relationships, as in the relationship is on a constant high, es- especially people that have the money. So year one, he's just flying you out, carrying you out on so and so event, showcasing you, you are smitten, blah 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 blah. Year two, things are just you are just splashing the money on each other. Year three, like that. Year four, life is happening, you are so busy, you know, and it keeps on happening like that. So after 4 years, you haven't really dated, so it's a matter of quality over quantity. So what are you doing in the 1 year that you dated and you decided, okay, let's get married now? What exactly are you doing? Are you paying attention? Because I know some people are still of the opinion that dating space is where you just sweep me off my feet, I will just be going, that kind of thing. And we know that that's not the way it is now. You need to start facing reality and asking so many questions. you know
Exactly.
so if you're asking those questions, if you are developing yourself, I think in this era or in this age that we are in, we know better. We know a lot better. So it is expected that we do better. So you should be asking, in this space that we are in right now, you are dating, you should be asking questions. You should be reading and learning about relationship, attend relationship seminars,
Mm.
attend that thing, look for a mentor,
Mm-hmm.
right? These are the things that you should be doing now. Maybe 10, 15, 20 years ago, 25 years ago, these things were not there. Right now, these things are readily
Yeah.
available to us,
Yeah.
right? So these are the things you should be doing. If you are doing those things, then it's just a matter of time before 1 year, 2 years, you're ready to tie the knots. But if you are just there going on dates, going and coming, so busy with work, hello, hi, how are you? Fine. Oh, okay, bye. You know, then it's going to be a long one. It's not a situation of they said we should date for longer. We have dated for longer. So that won't impact on the marriage in any way. So if you date and you engage in what they call quality dating,
Mm-hmm.
there's no way it would impact, because you date and eventually get married. It's not like when you get married you now become a new person. All things are not passed away. Is what is the practices of the dating that you carry on into the marriage space. So it's what you guys have been doing, the values that you guys have been sharing, have been, that you carry on into the marriage space. So you better begin to develop those values now. You better begin to have those conversations now. You know, don't say, he's not the talking type. She's not the talking type. That's the only thing. No, if you want them, you want conversations to be happening, they should start happening now. So again, quality over quantity. That's what will impact on your marriage relationship eventually.
Bam.
Yeah.
Totally. And
Mm,
the two people involved.
yeah.
It's not a matter of, yes, the quality of courtship. What are you doing during courtship? That's very, 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 very super important. Some people think courtship is just the time to go out, to date, to buy gifts. Oh, it's my birthday. He didn't remember my birthday. Oh, he remembered my birthday.
Or
Oh,
to
we had a
impress.
destination. We had a destination trip. It's time to impress. Yes, but who is this person? That is your time to know this person to an extent, because we've already said here that you might not really fully know a person, but to an extent you can say, okay, this on this level, this is what this person can do, this is what they cannot do, this is how they would react. And I particularly like what you said about read books, find mentors, join our premarital classes. For those who do not know, we have premarital classes. Come and learn, because you have to learn to be able to, I don't know, knowledge is power. There are a lot of,
Especially now.
and I keep saying this, so there are a lot of things I wish I knew before I got married.
Yeah.
That I never knew.
Yeah.
Now you have the opportunity. There's the internet. We have these things at our fingertips. We did not even have a phone when we were dating. No talk of Wi-Fi. Okay, we had the Bangara landline phone.
Back in the day,
So
back in the day, having mentors was like a big thing. It seemed
yeah,
as if it's those are up there that you can have the privilege of having mentors. But nowadays, the world has become a global village, number one. A lot of people have developed themselves so much so that a lot of mentors out there.
yes,
So it has become like a major factor to consider if you're going to get married now. Do you guys have mentors? Is there someone that she looks up to? Is there someone that both of you look? It is. I think it's a major factor now. When if you
it's
are
a big deal. Oh, it's a big deal, and you will not
yeah.
know the essence of it until you get into marriage,
Mhm.
because you must have someone that when this person say A, your man will listen. When this person say A, you yourself will listen. You know, I remember that there was a guy who broke up with a girl, and when I was asking why, he said no, she's a governor of herself.
Hmm.
He said that one, she's a governor of herself. She refuses to be under anybody, and that made him scared, because he feels like if you, even as a young girl, You don't have a mentor. You don't have anybody you're referring to. You don't have anybody that you can, deflect to. Then how would you submit to a man? And that alone, the guy just, you know, stayed away
Hmm.
from the girl. And I don't know whether she knew that that was why, but please and please, it's important. Find mentors, find people
Yeah.
you can talk to, you can reach out to, you can ask questions. This marital journey is not, it's not butterflies in the
Mhm.
stomach. It's a lot of work. I always tell people when they come to my class, it's work, and be ready to put in the work. It's like someone who wants to go into the university and you just want everyone to just know that, well, I'm an undergraduate. You know how they do matriculation and they wear cap.
Yeah.
Matriculation is not the same with graduation, no, people of God. You have to go in there with the intention to put in the work to now be able to wear the matriculation gown. To
After
wear the graduation gown, I mean.
after
Your
after
wedding gown.
matriculation day, reality sets in.
That's what we're saying. Your wedding gown is actually your matriculation gown. You are just wearing the gown to get into the university now. Very soon, you will now face the reality of what marriage is. So be prepared. My single brothers, my single sisters there out there, you're listening, you're watching, be prepared. And one of the best way to be prepared is to get as much knowledge as you can. Nobody's going to give you a model and say the way this person is running their marriage, run your own that way. But you
Yeah.
can gain wisdom, you can gain knowledge from people's experience. Don't wait until you make the same mistake in marriage.
Mhm. Yeah.
Learn from the mistakes of others. What is the thing that is wrong with this person's marriage? Why is this marriage failing? Why our marriage is failing today? That is a reason of concern and research for someone who is
Yeah. And
thinking
why are the
about
ones
marriage.
that are succeeding? Why are they
Why marriage is
succeeding?
succeeding? Why are we having beautiful love stories like the ones we bring on our love seats? Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone. Because me, this is my 1 hour now. I don't even know what I'm doing with my 1 hour. No, 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 no. Me and Titi just started gisting. Now, the 1 hour I've already finished. But like we said, this is singles month. So we're really, really trying to help our singles as much as is possible. If you're out there, you don't need to be lonely. You don't need to be alone. There's someone out there for you.
Yeah. And
Yes.
talk to someone. Talk to someone about your relationship.
Yes.
It is not possible that there is no one person that you can tell. You
Mm.
say that if I talk about it, they don't understand me. There
If
has
he,
to be
if he's
someone.
hiding you, she's hiding you, something is wrong.
Yeah, there has to be someone. If there
Something
is no
is wrong.
one, look for that one person. There's no
Yeah.
way that only
Yeah.
you can be doing a relationship on your own.
We are
No.
here. We are here. Titi is here. I am here. Reach out to us. There's a phone number scrolling right under there. Reach out to us. Let's talk about what's going on in your premarital relationship, because 1 million broken engagement is still better than one broken marriage. It's
Mhm.
better to be armed and prepared before you go into marriage. Marriage is not for boys, neither is it for girls. It is for the matured minds who are willing to put in the work. Next week, we'll be back here. Like we said, it's the month for the singles. We'll be back here talking about marrying my friend.
Hmm.
What does it mean to marry your friend? You want to marry your friend. You don't want to marry your friend. That person you want to marry, is he or she your friend? You will know why.
Or your
Friendship.
soulmate.
Ah, yeah, yeah. Friendship is how you create soulmates. Okay. Thank you so much, Titi. As usual. Thank you so much for all of your wonderful insight. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Yomi. Particularly, we're really, really there today. Thank you, all of you. I can see you, everyone joining on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube. Thank you for joining us. I hope that you can go with one or two things from this conversation today. Please and please, one of the best things you can do besides joining this conversation is to share. If you feel that what we're sharing here is good enough, please share it with your friends, share it on your platforms, share it on your pages, and let people benefit from it. We'll be back here again next week, like I said, and we are going to be talking about what it means to marry your friend. Until then, have a love filled week, everyone. God bless you.